Man, I can't believe I'm telling y'all about this, man, but there had been plural, right? Plural times where I shit my fucking pants. At least three times, bro. At least. Three that come to mind immediately. And I feel like sharing that with you. I actually described it in one of my songs. I think I made a diss track on the fucking bacon breakfast burrito from 7-Eleven, and I described what happened. I guess you could just listen to that song, but you know what, fuck it. I'll just recap it for this video, as well as the two other times. So I'm gonna start with the most recent one because this is not too eventful. So the other night I was recording a song with Dipe Jr. I think it's called Decap Attack. I don't even know. Um, yeah, it was Decap Attack, right? It's coming out soon, but pretty much I was retaking a certain part of it, and in the middle of it, right? So my allergies are fucking killing me. I don't know if you could tell by my voice or if I'm like doing this a lot or whatever, coughing, whatever. But basically, I had to sneeze real bad, right? No inkling of anything going on in my stomach, right? I didn't even have to fart, but pretty much I sneezed and farted because of the sneeze, right? Because I sneezed hard as fuck. Like, it just fucking forced whatever the hell out of my stomach, and I just heard a fart. I felt the fart, but then I felt like a warm sensation after that, bro. I shit my fucking pants. And the worst part is, right, I was fucking free balling too, so there was no fucking safety net for anything. You know what I mean? So I just like raw dog fucking shat my pants on accident from a sneeze. And I think one thing I noticed too about all this stuff is that it has something to do with something I consumed earlier that day. And I think for me, at that particular time, on top of allergies and maybe being sick, I think it's because I fucking pounded a Code Red Mountain Dew. Tomorrow I will record a process, right? I get off at work at 4 p.m. tomorrow, so I'm going to leave work, buy a Code Red Mountain Dew, document the whole thing, and see if I shit my pants, right? If I don't, I will not upload it. If I do, I will definitely tell you about it. But anyways, no. So I pounded a Code Red Mountain Dew, and I feel like that's the thing, right? Because of all the fucking Red 40 and all the chemicals in it. But pretty much, yeah, the other night, man, I fucking sneezed so hard to shat my fucking pants. I had to fucking take hydrogen peroxide to the back of my pants. Because, I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was still bad because it happened, you know? But anyways, nah, so, uh, the second instance I'm going to talk about is the first time anything happened. Um, Pretty much, I had like $700 or something to my disposal, and I was hanging out with my dude Alex. Me and him were smoking a shitload of weed, right? And I thought, like, we were watching also D Peasy, the guy that was he went to prison and he would just show us a bunch of recipes and stuff, like a bunch of like prison food that you can make from commissary items, right? And he also makes a bunch of stuff in his car. Like, he just buys a bunch of stuff from the gas station and mixes it together and gives you like a sugary heart attack by the time you consume it. But I was thinking to myself, hey, I could be like D Peasy, right? So I wanted to try something out, except I couldn't find most of this one particular drink that he made, so I just freeballed it, bro. I grabbed like six grape bang energy drinks, several packs of those like watermelon gummies. They're shaped like watermelons, and also the peach rings. So, and a bunch of Monster too, and fucking sour candy, a bunch of other shit. So I mixed it all together and drank the excess. And and when the mixture, the concoction that I made, me and Alex, well, Alex refused to pound it, but I was pounding that shit like it owed me money. I was pounding it like a hooker with my fist, not my wiener. But no, so I drank the shit out of it, and then several hours later, I'm still really stoned because we just continuously smoked weed throughout the entire day, and I had to really take a piss, but someone was in their bathroom. Now, it was like a 3 or 4 bedroom house, but they only had one bathroom for some reason, and someone was in it, and I had to piss. So I went in their front yard and I took a piss, and I thought it was a fart, but it wasn't. It was fucking drastic. It was extremely drastic, and I couldn't go to the bathroom to change my boxers, right? So I went across the street into the gas station. I wiped. I took my boxers out, and I just threw it in the trash. My fucking phone dropped down to 5. I did not tell anybody about this. I did not even tell. I think I told Alex maybe once when we were drunk or something. But besides that, yeah, I didn't tell anybody about that one. But this next one is probably the worst one of all time, man. So I blamed it on the 7-Eleven bacon breakfast burrito or whatever the fuck it was, right? But it wasn't even that. It was not that. I thought it was, but it wasn't. So I always heard, well, not always, but I heard every now and again, like the myth of, maybe it wasn't a myth, but I always heard that coffee makes you shit, but it never really happened to me that much. Because I be shitting. Like, with or without coffee, man. This is how I roll, man. This is how my body does things, right? I just be pooping. So, pretty much, I was working at this place called Village Burger Bar over on Inwood, and fucking, they had this Vietnamese coffee, right? When the fucking Vietnamese, they don't fuck around with their coffee, dude. You drink like one cup of that shit, and fucking, like, you're wired for days, man. Like, you should go to the fucking truck drivers, man, and take all the meth and shit that they got and just fucking give them Vietnamese coffee, man. Chances are they might be able to live off that. I don't know. At least for me, it did that shit for me, man. I would drink like barely half of one, and it got me where I needed to be. But besides that, one day I got no sleep. Right? I stayed up all night. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was probably really drunk. I don't know, but pretty much just stayed up all night, and I opened. So I came in, and by the end of the night, or by the end of my shift, because I was there all day, man, I must have drank like 2 or 3 of those Vietnamese coffees. And that was on top of a 7-Eleven breakfast burrito because I wanted to try it out. So, and this was all around the same time. I ate it while I was drinking the coffee. You know, actually, no, I don't remember. I know I took a bite before, and then I ate it with the coffee because I couldn't afford to get a burger yet, and a little bit after, and my stomach was acting something foul for a little while. So I get out of work. I'm on my way to the bus stop, and I pass by this convenience store I usually go to for my honey packs and for my fucking my swishers, my cigarettes, my vapes, etc. So I pass by there, and I crossed this big ass fucking street. It was a huge street, man. Like, it's like, I don't know if there's like a highway nearby it, but it's like literally the length of a fucking highway, man. Like, it's crossing a highway, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Um, so I crossed that. I'm at my bus stop, and all of a sudden, immediately, um, something hits my stomach extremely hard. And it felt like something rotted in there. I don't know how to explain. My stomach straight up felt like rot, and I needed to poop it out. So at first, it was manageable. I was just like, all right, well, I'm going to go to this convenience store because it's the only thing open and it's close. So uh, I was standing at the fucking at the street, just waiting for the light to turn green, but it was taking fucking forever. It didn't take that long at all when I was crossing the street the first time, but the second time it was taking like fucking like, it felt like 20 minutes, man. Like, time went by that fucking slow. Like, I legit felt every agonizing moment of my stomach fucking trying to reject all that coffee or whatever the fuck what it was doing. So after the light turns green, I almost shat myself at that point. So fucking, I'm literally like pacing as fast as I can without like letting the poop come out. Right, I was going fast as I could without anything happening, and I finally made it to the convenience store by the skin of my teeth. So I asked my dude behind the counter. I'm like, "Hey man, can I use the restroom?" He's like, "Yeah, it's back there, bro." I'm like, "Thank you, dude. It's so much. Thank you. It's an emergency, man." So he felt kind of bad because I know the guy, right? So I went into the bathroom. I shut the door. I locked it, and the moment I turned around and saw toilet, bro, the entire fucking globe stopped spinning, dude. The entire Earth just paused right where it was at. It just felt like time fucking froze. Like, it felt like everything at that moment just fucking paused. Nothing. It was nothing. And then I just fucking like and it was so fucking bad. It was going all the way down my legs. It was fucking like under my pants, dude. Like I saw it like it was like outside and inside my shoe. It was all over the fucking floor. It was the most embarrassing shit ever. So in the middle of that, I like dropped my fucking trousers. I dropped my boxers. I sat on that toilet, got it all over the fucking toilet seat and down the toilet seat, and I just fucking let loose even more, man. Like it sucks that the peak of it happened in my fucking pants because it actually felt really good. Like just the alleviation. It did feel good shitting my pants per se. It just felt good actually getting that out of my body. So I don't even know why the fuck I'm admitting this to you, but nah, man. So I had nothing to wipe it up with, and I'm not gonna go out there and make that guy fucking mop. He probably doesn't even want to be here, like at his job, and one of his boys comes in and fucking blows up the toilet and shits all over the floor. Like fuck that. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna tell him about this. I'm not gonna do it. I can handle this on my own. I'm a man. So at first I was thinking, okay, do I use the paper towels? Do I use the toilet paper? And then I realized, like, dude, where am I gonna put my boxers? Because they're covered in shit. So I used my boxers to mop up my poop off the fucking floor and off the toilet and off of everywhere. And I like used basically damn near every fucking like portion of cloth I could without the poop touching my hands that much, right? So I cleaned it up off the floor as much as I could. I cleaned it off the toilet. I fucking uh, I did, however, have a couple of plastic bags or not, well, paper bags with me at the time. So I had a plastic and a paper bag. One from 7-Eleven and one from the restaurant where I actually did end up getting a burger that night. So I put my burger in my satchel that I carry with me. If I could, I don't know where it is, but I put my burger in my actual bag, and I put the boxers in the plastic bag, triple tied that shit, and put that in the paper bag and threw it in the trash. And then I used the paper towels to like clean off my pant leg as much as I could, mostly, and my shoe. And then I left. I didn't even, as far as I remember, I didn't even look at the dude. I didn't even look at him. I was just like, hey, thanks, thank you. And he was like, no worries, man. So I was just like, fuck, man. I know it stinks in there, bro. It was stinking, bro. It was fucking horrible. It was extremely fucking embarrassing. Then I went home and I told my dad about it, and he thought that shit was like, he was like, what the fuck? What? So, yeah, those are the 3 times in my life as far as I remember that. Oh, honorable mention. I gotta tell you about this one. It's not about shitting myself, it's about pissing myself. So, I'm trying to remember. I was off work, and I did a little bit of, so I went over to my usual spot, right? Patrick Kennedy's, not Kennedy's, what the fuck? Patrick Kennedy's. I went over there to have a couple of beers after work just to fucking decompress because I was overstimulated, right? But that couple of beers turned into several beers, right? And whenever I drink, I usually have to piss a lot. So I have like fucking 6 beers in me, and I'm going down to my bus stop, and all of a sudden I have to piss. And on the way to my bus stop, there was another fucking bar. So I bought a shot after they checked my ID, right? The security guy, he checked my ID, he let me in. And after that, I bought a shot, pounded it, went to the restroom, took a piss, and I was extremely fucked up at that point. And next thing you know, I go out, and then I'm really trying to recall what happened that night. I know what happened. I'm just trying to remember how it played out. But basically, same thing happens. I really need to piss again. So I go to another bar. I buy a cider this time. I go into their bathroom. Well, no, I pounded the cider and went to their bathroom. I was way more fucked up, like fucking beyond about to like fall over, basically. I take a piss, and then I leave. And I'm so close to my bus stop at this point, right? By the time the 4th urine, I don't remember how many times I pissed, but by this final time, I was so close to making it to the bar. I was at the bus stop basically, and I felt I had to piss again really bad, so I went over to the bar, man. I was so close. I just had to cross one fucking street. There was one street I had to cross, but of course, the fucking light was red and it wouldn't turn green for fucking 30 million years. By the time that light was going to turn green, it would have been the fucking post apocalypse. But basically, I was standing there, and the moment it turned green, I'm right about to cross the street. Time froze again, but it was in a less fucking dramatic way, and I just end up pissing myself. Now, at first, I thought, okay, my jeans are black, right? So no one's gonna, like, no one's really gonna see that there's a wet stain in my pants. But the problem was, the stream of urine was so fucking potent as far as, like, content, right? It was like fucking pressure washing through my zipper part of my pants, right? And fucking, you could see that I was pissing. And I went, ah, ah. And then I look over and I saw this nice, beautiful young couple walking, crossing the street over to where I'm at. And all I remember was I was crying and yelling, "Don't look at me." And then they like freaked the fuck out. They were like, "What the fuck?" And then they just turned around right where they were coming from. And I completely pissed my pants. And then I just went on the bus smelling like pee. And then I went back home. I hope I run into that couple again. And I hope I recognize them if I do. And I'll be like, "Don't look at me." But that's literally all I remember. It was that they were smiling 1 second, and then they noticed me, and I went, "Don't look at me! I'm so sorry." And then fucking, God, yeah. I don't have any embarrassing, like, I don't have like a fucking humiliation kink or nothing like that, because it's fucking weird. I'm just an open book with this kind of shit, man. Why the fuck not? You only live once. Sometimes you shit and pee yourself. That's just life.